I don't have a problem with the WNBA players asking for a raise. The WNBA is on a hot streak. I don't care about the previous 24, 25 years. As an investment, it's starting to pay off. And so this week they wore T-shirts saying, making a statement, you better pay us. But instead of just leaving it at that, Kelsey Plum for LA had to take a dig at Caitlin Clark.
Angel Reese used to be everywhere, loud, confident, barking after every layup like she owned the court. But now that she's in the WNBA and getting humbled every game, she's gone silent. Remember all those viral taunts, the TikToks, the "I'm her" attitude? All of it has vanished the moment she had to face women who are actually on her level. ESPN ranked her 12 out of 15 rookies. That's bottom of the barrel. The girl who once controlled headlines now can't control the ball. This is what happens when branding outpaces talent. You asked for the spotlight, Angel. Now it's burning you alive.
Just United Front was determined this morning that we had a meeting for, and not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that.
Oh boy. Why do you take a shot at the Golden Goose, Caitlin Clark? You guys were flying before she arrived on one of those airlines that made you pay for a cup of water. One of those airlines that is the planes are the color of a highlighter. Now you're flying private. Okay, if you're in a band and you're staying at the Motel 6 and you add a band member and now you're at the Ritz-Carlton, keep your issues to yourself. All right? You went from a Motel 6 in a sketchy part of town to a Four Seasons in the shopping district. Stop talking.
Angel Reese went from dominating college to looking completely lost in the pros. In college, she bullied smaller players, padded stats, and walked like she owned the floor. But in the WNBA, she's exposed. Shooting just 37% as a center is embarrassing. You're taller than most players. How are you not finishing at the rim? And don't act like it's just one bad night. This is game after game. The hype carried her here, but the work ethic clearly didn't follow. Now that everyone's strong, skilled, and experienced, Reese looks like a high schooler crashing a pro game. The game caught up and passed her.
I don't mind the T-shirts. I think you have leverage. I think you deserve more than 9%. But it's just misstep after misstep. It's time to grow up, girls. Like fast. Like this is the player that got you off the airline that was bright yellow. Right? She got you an upgrade to a better hotel as a band member. I think they deserve a big raise, maybe not 50% of revenues, because NBA stars, there's a lot of them, and they move the needle. The WNBA stars, well, there's one that moves the needle. And here's the other thing to remember. Caitlin Clark's already rich. She made $11 million this year alone in endorsements off the court. So regardless of how these negotiations go, she's set. Nobody else is. Right? So when somebody joins the band and everything gets up.
Let's kill the myth right now. Angel Reese's double-doubles are a joke. Go watch the tape. She'll miss 3 layups in a row, grab every rebound off her own brick, then finally make it. That's not hustle, that's stat padding with a side of inefficiency. She's building numbers off her own failures and pretending it's domination. Meanwhile, fans who don't actually watch the game think she's grinding. But real ballers see the truth. This is a smoke show. You can't scream, "I'm her," when your stats are built on missed bunnies. A real center finishes strong, not stat hacks her way to relevance.
I know you wanted your song to be the first one they played. You wanted to make up the set. But it's not the T-shirts. You're going to do fine. I'd scale back on the Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark finished 9th in player voting. In fact, she finished behind one of her own teammates in player voting for the All-Star game. The pettiness has no bounds. But it's interesting, for years, the WNBA players were pointing fingers. They were saying people are sexist, the media is sexist, we're not being promoted, we're underappreciated. And then they get the golden goose and they don't like what it looks like. Girl, well, who knows, and I've said this for years, when the wave hits, ride it. You don't know what it looks like. Don't fight it. When Puka Nacua went in the 5th round of the Rams and they suddenly in camp went, oh, we just found a new number 1 receiver. He's better than Cooper Kupp. They didn't fight it. Did you think when you watched Tom Brady at the Combine, that looked like the GOAT? They had just signed Drew Bledsoe to a $103 million contract. That was a lot of money back then. And then a year in, they're like, I'm going to go with Brady.
While Angel Reese is out here trying to go viral with every move, Caitlin Clark just plays ball. No drama, no clout chasing, just pure basketball. Clark didn't need a taunt to trend, her game did that. Deep threes, insane passes, buzzer beaters, she earned her spotlight. Meanwhile, Reese needs noise to stay in the conversation. She turned every moment into a spectacle but forgot the game has to back it up. And in the pros where the gimmicks fade, Clark is rising while Reese is stalling. People respect Clark because she let the game speak. Reese, she's still yelling with nothing to show.
See a racial component here. The WNBA players, they just don't like what the wave looks like. They wanted to fly private. They wanted to be more popular. They wanted a better deal in the CBA, which they'll get. They wanted sold out arenas. They got it. They don't necessarily think it should be this. But again, you can't fight it. You just never know what success company in the country would love to go viral every day for free marketing. If they knew how to do it, they'd all be viral every day. Like, you just don't know. Is it authentic? It touches people. There's a tentacle of emotion involved, and suddenly some small town kid goes viral, or a singing frog. Who knows? I wouldn't have guessed that Caitlin Clark would be this transformative. I wouldn't have guessed Tom Brady would be the GOAT. Don't fight it. The wave, the meteor, doesn't necessarily look like you think it's saying, hey man, this league has never made money. It's an investment. It's now going to make money. And by the way, this is the least profitable, arguably, it'll be over the next 10 years. It's only going to get more profitable as women's basketball gets better, as the Caitlin Clark momentum train gets bigger. I mean, this year, she's not playing well. She's hurt. She's not there for all the games. So this is actually not as great as it could be. Like Michael Jordan, hurt year 2, next 12 years were legendary. That's what.
Why does Caitlin Clark get all the brand deals? Because she's delivering, plain and simple. She's the reason people are tuning in. Stadiums are packed, ratings are up, and women's basketball is finally mainstream because of Clark. Angel Reese had her moment, but it was built on one viral game. Clark is turning in moment after moment with real consistency. Brands don't care about your IG following if you're not performing. Clark's putting up numbers, bringing in fans, and changing the game. That's why she's the face of this era. Not because of luck, but because she earned every damn second of it.
Caitlin Clark's gotten really good really fast. It's like the end of year 1 for Michael Jordan or year 3 for Michael Jordan. She's gotten really good really fast. And you got to put a body on her, or you got to double team her, or she's going to embarrass you. She's shooting 33-footers. And what happened last night's a byproduct of that. This is what happened to MJ. She's number 1 and 2 in every offensive stat. She's hitting more threes this season than Steph Curry did in his first MVP season, and her game embarrasses you. It's a little bad boys Pistons with MJ. For the record, Caitlin Clark got up. She wasn't hurt. She did more trash talking. She hit more threes. She remained remarkable, just like all the great. You know, if you respect women, stop pandering. She's tough. She's feisty. She likes to taunt and talk. And nobody quite knows what the hell to do. Steph Curry's first couple years in the league. Thank God for Draymond Green. And by the way, this league, they knew what they were getting into, right? Like, and I'll get to this in a second, but they brought Sophie Cunningham over in a trade for a reason. She's the youngest black belt in the state of Missouri's history, 6 years old. They brought her over to protect Caitlin Clark because they saw this puppy coming. The league doesn't quite know what to do, but the Fever did. And so, again, you got to put a body on her.
You want to know where Angel Reese's priorities are? She literally skipped team practice to fly out to the Super Bowl and do red carpet interviews. Like, while her teammates were grinding, she was out flashing outfits and posing for cameras. That's not hunger, that's influencer behavior. You don't see Caitlin Clark skipping drills for clout. And then Reese wonders why her play is suffering. It's not complicated, You can't grind when your focus is on exposure. You said you're a pro now? Act like one. Because right now it looks like you'd rather go viral than get better. And the scoreboard proves it.
Look at the history of basketball. High school, college, WNBA, NBA. If there's an offensive player and they're humiliating you, Steph, Shaq, MJ, Caitlin, what do? You can't trap her. She'll dribble through it. You got to put a body on her. You got to double team her. You try to get in her head with trash talking. It's not working at all. It's the ultimate. The first year Caitlin Clark was in the WNBA, they were hazing her. They're not hazing her anymore. They're just trying to figure out how the hell to stop her. Okay, it's not hazing. It's, all right, traps, pressure. So the Fever saw it coming. They went and got Sophie Cunningham, 6-year-old black belt. This is what the Bulls did with Charles Oakley to protect Michael.
While Angel Reese was catching flights and flexing for the camera, Caitlin Clark was in the gym, quietly putting in work. That's the split. One is obsessed with being seen. The other is obsessed with improving. And guess who's winning? Clark isn't out here chasing attention. She's earning respect. You don't see her at every flashy event because she's too busy breaking records. Reese wants to be a star, but Clark is building a legacy. One tweet at a time? No, one game at a time. That's why Clark is elevating the league, while Reese is just trying to keep up with her own hype.
Caitlin Clark now is like kerosene to the physicality flame. So you have physicality in this league, and now you get this flashy player, and they don't know how to officiate her, they don't know how to defend her. But I would say, when I hear this, Colin, the WNBA, Colin, has got to do something. Yes, they do. Understand, this is the arc of a new superstar in your league. It'll start with hazing, it'll go to physicality, it'll go to flagrants, it may go to technicals. You'll eventually have to get a Sophie Cunningham or a Charles Oakley. I mean, Wayne Gretzky did this for years. They figured it out in hockey. How do you stop Gretzky? Oh, we can't. How do you stop MJ? We can't. How do you stop Caitlin Clark? You guys understand, this is the worst she'll ever be. She's getting better.
Caitlin Clark is literally breaking TV ratings every time she steps on the floor. Her games are outdrawing NBA Summer League. Meanwhile, Angel Reese games barely trend unless something off-court happens. That's the difference. Clark's game makes people care. Reese still relies on controversy and quotes. Fans tune in to watch Clark. They click on Reese to talk about her. One brings viewership. The other brings excuses. And as the league grows, it's clear who's fueling that growth. Reese might get a headline, but Clark gets the numbers. And in sports, the numbers never lie.
Intensity and heat create steel. This will only make Caitlin Clark a better player. It will only make the Fever more championship ready. And the Indiana fans, good for you. You're going to have the great watch of the next 15 years because they're never trading her. She's the Steph Curry. They're never trading her. Caitlin Clark is obviously the jet fuel. Half the audience goes when she's not there, but that's okay. It took Conor McGregor to the UFC and John Jones. It sometimes in emerging leagues, it takes a superstar. And now, you know, America is all into UFC. But it does take sometimes these special athletes. And it can be good.
Let's be real. Caitlin Clark is building something historic. Every shot, every assist, every comeback is going in the record books. She's not just playing games, she's rewriting what's possible. And while she's doing that, Angel Reese is chasing a brand. Filters, followers, fashion shows, that's her lane now. But when it's all said and done, who will fans remember? The girl who sold merch or the one who changed the game? Because when the lights go down and the cameras stop flashing, all that matters is what you did on the court. And Clark's legacy is already cemented. Reese is still looking for hers. Angel Reese kept saying, "I'm her." She wanted to be the face, the name, the moment. But while she was busy screaming it, Caitlin Clark became it. She didn't need a slogan, she had the skill. No taunts, no drama, no gimmicks. Just cold, calculated dominance. And now, Clark owns the spotlight without ever chasing it. That's what being her actually looks like. Angel Reese may have talked her way into the conversation, but Caitlin Clark's game made her the conversation. There's a difference between claiming the throne and earning it. And Caitlin? She didn't just earn it. She built it.